Watch out for Lyme disease, brush up on your French,
Taj. It's French for rubbing our dicks together.
and while you're at it, don't forget to brush your teeth. Clean up on aisle 2 because American Horror Story's back and the double feature premiere was a double feature in itself. I'm Dallas, you're you, talent is the drug, and this town is full of addicts, so let's crack this bad boy open like an intruder's face and find out what Ryan Murphy and company have in store for us during the rest of Feature 1, entitled Red Tide. Episode 1, Cape Fear, starts by showing us the new family in town. P-Town, that is. Harry Gardner's a writer, his pregnant wife Doris is an interior designer, and their daughter Alma is... unsettling to say the least. They're moving in for a few months so Harry can get some Jack Torrance-style peace and quiet while he finishes writing the TV pilot he's been contracted for. After passing some roadkill and arriving at their new abode, we learn that Doris has been hired by the owners to redecorate the place thanks to winning an Instagram contest with over 100 other accounts. While it's gotten them 3 months of free rent, doesn't seem that everyone is impressed as she would like. Harry leaves to get supplies from the market, walks through the P-Town red light district, and even meets some of the friendly locals.
Get the fuck out of here, fucker! Out of this town! They're gonna munch on your balls!
All right, Karen.
Locals who seem to know what P-Town is really all about.
We call her Tuberculosis Karen. She's a nutter, but she's harmless.
But do you know what's not harmless? Alma asking questions for one.
Thought everyone loved the script. Why would they buy it if you had to do so much to fix it?
Lyme disease for two, and the not-so-friendly locals, whom Doris and Alma have the displeasure of meeting on a walk.
What's happening?
They're chased back home, and everything is just kind of brushed off by the police chief, who says crime is usually opioid-related and mostly harmless. Harry and Doris decide to stay, and Harry tries his hand at writing but is having some serious blockage. Going for a run, he comes across some good inspiration if he decides to make his show a horror. And oddly enough, this gets him hungry. He makes a date with Doris, but she has to bail after getting sick and noting that it's not pregnancy related, although she's craving red meat all of a sudden. Came out of nowhere. I wonder if that's going to come into play by the time she's ready to pop. Speaking of popping, Harry pops by the only bar open in town, aptly named the Muse, and gets more than a stiff drink for his troubles.
You strike me as a angry top.
After meeting Michael Alec in a duet callback to Freak Show, he's invited to chat with some local writing talent where they plant the seeds of a source of easy inspiration in Harry's head.
Inspires us.
He goes home and has a run-in with a shoulder pad enthusiast before booping him on the nose with the fireplace tools. And elsewhere, Belle and Mickey, are slutting it up, and we see that she's got a set of chompers that you'd hate to bite your own tongue with. And she's buying pints straight from Mickey like he's a keg of Guinness. She's a vampire, or at least a nut job, and she's still hungry, so Karen has to do some light kidnapping to get the vampire equivalent of veal.
Come in, you sad, pathetic soul.
You do it for this.
I do it because you promised to protect me from the others.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, sweetheart. Now hand over the bag.
Austin calls Harry the next day and invites him over so that he can drop the season's stinger. Black pills that inspire the absolute dog shit out of those with artistic talent, but turn average Joes into sharp-toothed mime freaks. Harry refuses, until he speaks to his agent Ursula, who changes his tune by threatening his job. He relents and pops a pill, not knowing that he's just done so in front of his impressionable, haunted little weirdo of a daughter. Goodness knows where that could lead. Well, it turns out we do, because, spoiler alert, we got a 2-part premiere, bitch. Episode 2, Pale, in a nutshell. The pill Harry took works almost immediately. Harry writes for like half the episode till he runs out of steam. Existential Alma wonders if Adderall is the drug for her when she tells Mommy that Daddy took some.
Where's saw him take something.
What do you mean?
Daddy, I saw him take a pill.
When Doris confronts Harry about it, he rubs his newfound and unearned talent in her face before basically telling his own daughter that her and her shitty violin skills can go fuck themselves.
I saw you take something, Daddy.
Don't be jealous because I found inspiration and you can't play fucking Paganini.
Guess snitches get mental stitches too, Alma. He apologizes and gets out to clear his head when he gets Homer Simpsoned on the way to the store.
They're my family. Take me, take me! Rains! 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 Rains!
The store owner also doesn't look happy at his new diet either, asking if his writing had suddenly gotten better before walking away disappointed. A steak smoothie's on the menu since regular food tastes like ass, and he better show Alma how to make one because this addiction might wind up being hereditary. After a visit to Austin for more Muse, Harry gets a crash course in what it is to be truly inspired, while Mickey and Karen get spun together. Belle refers Harry to her dentist, while Mickey describes being somewhat artistic himself and a desire to take the pills. He and Karen fantasize about better lives and making people kiss their asses for a change before she brings them back to reality, but Mickey opts to take the chance as he downs a pill. Harry goes in for some routine cleaning and sharpening and meets Dr. Lark, who provides him with the rationalization.
Doing this will make it so you have to eat less, people.
At home, Alma still sucks at Paganini and doesn't want to turn out as ordinary as Mommy. She dips into Daddy's stash and lets the dare lion down like we all did, but her newfound skills take her out of commission for a minute. Presumably, she woke up and started playing sometime after this, but when Doris comes to ask her to stop, Alma reads her interior decorating no talent having ass to fucking filth.
You don't understand greatness. Sounds fine to you because fine is good enough for you. For people like Daddy and I, fine is failure. You want us to leave because you're jealous. I told you, you don't understand art, you don't understand inspiration, you don't understand how hard it is to be great. I am who I am. What part of me would not be me if I was raised by some other perfectly ordinary woman?
Anyway, Harry might want to let Alma in on his steak and shake secret because Doris finds her playing rough with one of the neighborhood squirrels and she might have questions about it in the next episode.
We have to go.
Am I great now, Mom? Cut to black and y'all, American Horror Story is back. Stories was fun in a love your hair, hope you win kind of way, but there's nothing like the real deal. Production value, the story's right and tight, and the acting. All our favorites are back and it's going to be a hell of a ride. This set of episodes also posts some questions. Mainly, what is talent? This pill can supposedly detect it in people and enhance it, but what is it that's tangibly lacking that makes people turn? As far as Doris, is her insecurity going to lead her to take a pill? What's going to happen if she does? Did she already, and that's how she won the Instagram contest? I mean, why else did she crave red meat and get sick at the first episode? Are Harry, Mickey, or Alma going to turn after they got their initial burst of creativity out? And Alma's the only one that we saw pass out, so she may be the only one to turn. And just why do the pale people have sharp teeth too? They supposedly turn quickly, but when did they have time to see Lark? And why do the locals just put up with these Nosferatu mindfucks? Like, why are these people so chill?